Dear students, today we are going to learn the second part of the lesson, An Epitome of Courage. In the last video, we have seen that the Stephen Hawking was suffering from a very rare and dreaded disease, and that disease affected his nervous system and eventually weakened all his muscles of the body, and that was a bolt from the blue for Stephen Hawking. Here we have seen bolt from the blue means sudden and unexpected shock or surprise. So this disease was a great surprise. This disease was a sudden and unexpected shock for Stephen Hawking. Now let's look into the second part of the lesson. Let's open page number 63 of our English textbook. Did you open that page? Page number 63. Now, look into the second paragraph on that page. Let's read that paragraph. Pay attention to that. How much time he had left on this planet was very uncertain. The prognosis was bad, and the doctors said they could not do much. Undaunted, Stephen decided to continue his research and even got engaged to Jane Wilde. Hawking says that, ironic as it may sound, it is at this dismal stage he began enjoying life the most. This, he says, was because he started living life for the moment and continued his doctoral research work with renewed vigor. Did you listen to this paragraph well? Now, let's try to understand this paragraph. So, he did not know how much time he will live on this earth. So, everything was very uncertain for him. Everything was very uncertain for Dr. Stephen Hawking. And here we came across a new word, and that new word is prognosis. Here, what do you mean by prognosis? Prognosis means the prediction or forecast of a future health condition. The prognosis was bad, means the prediction of his future health condition was bad. That means his future health condition was going to be bad. And the doctors also had said that they could not do much for him. So this was a very grave situation. This was a very bad situation for Dr. Stephen. Still he was undaunted. Still he was fearless. Still he was not afraid. And he decided to continue his research and even got engaged to a Jane Wilde. So in the same period, his engagement was done with a woman named Jane Wilde. And in the same period, he decided to continue his research work. That means he was undaunted. That means he was fearless. That means he was not afraid of this disease. And he says, in the same period, he began enjoying his life the most. And the reason Which reason is given here? He was living his life for the moment. He was living his life for the present moment and not for the future. And that's why he was enjoying his life at this moment also. This he says because he started living life for the moment. Here for the moment means for the present moment he was living the life. And that's why he continued his doctoral research work with renewed vigor. Okay. So from this paragraph, tell me, how was the prediction of his future health condition? Exactly, bad. The prediction, that is prognosis, means prediction of his future health condition was bad. Whom did he get engaged? Whom did he get engaged? Yes, he got engaged to a Jane Wilde. Okay, here dismal stage means at this sad stage, this was the sad part of his life, sad stage of his life. And at this sad stage, he began enjoying his life the most. Okay, did you understand this paragraph? Now, let's look into the next paragraph. Pay attention to that paragraph. In the meanwhile, the disease worked its way into Stephen's body and left him disabled. He began studying the concept of black holes to get his PhD. By this time, he was confined to a wheelchair and was rapidly losing control of his hands and speech. The study of black holes sparked his imagination with bright ideas. He made many epoch-making statements that shook established theories. Scientists believe that the universe began with a Big Bang. To explain this concept better, Stephen invented what is known as Lie algebra. Did you listen to this paragraph well? Okay. Now let's see the meaning of this paragraph. Now, Dr. Stephen was not afraid. We know that he was undaunted. We know that he was fearless. And in such a sad stage of his life, in such a dismal stage of his life, he was enjoying his life the most. And that's why he began studying the concept of black holes to get his PhD. He was trying to get his PhD. He was studying the concept of black holes for getting his PhD. And at this time, he was totally confined to a wheelchair. He was completely bound to a wheelchair, and he was rapidly losing control over his hands and speech. He had no control over his hands, and similarly, he had no control over his speech also. And in spite of all this, he was studying the concept of black holes for what? For getting his PhD. And the study of black holes sparked his imagination with bright ideas. There were many ideas in his mind. There were many bright ideas while studying the concept of black holes. That's the reason why he made many epoch-making statements. Here, epoch-making means the statements of great importance. So, he made the statements of great importance that shook the established theories. And which were the established theories? According to those established theories, the scientists believe that the universe began with Big Bang. What do scientists believe? The scientists believe that this universe began with what? With a big bang, with a big explosion. Big Bang here refers to a big explosion. And with that big explosion, our universe came into being. This was the belief of the scientist. So, to explain this concept better, Stephen invented what is known as Lie algebra. So, to explain which concept better? To explain the concept of Big Bang. Stephen invented what? Stephen invented the Lie algebra to explain the concept of Big Bang. Okay, did you understand? Okay. Now from this paragraph, tell me, what did Stephen study for getting his PhD? What did Stephen Hawking study for getting his PhD? Can you answer this? Yes. For getting his PhD, Dr. Stephen Hawking studied the concept of black holes when he was completely confined to a wheelchair. Okay. And another question for you from the same paragraph. So, why did he invented the concept of Lie algebra? For what? Yes, try to answer from the same paragraph. He invented the concept of Lie algebra to explain the concept of Big Bang. And what is Big Bang? Big Bang is a great explosion from which the whole universe came into being. Okay. Now let's turn to the next paragraph on the same page. Look into the same paragraph. Pay attention to that. Though confined to a wheelchair with no control over his body, save a finger, and with a computer to help him express his thoughts, Dr. Stephen Hawking is an authority on profound subjects of science. Numerous honorary doctorates and awards have been bestowed on him. He is a Fellow of the Royal Society and a member of the US National Academy of Sciences. So let's understand this paragraph. So he was confined to a wheelchair, you know that well, and he had no control over his body, he had no control over his hands, he had no control over his speech also, except one finger. He could move that one finger, and with the help of that one finger and with the help of a computer, He could express his thoughts with the help of only one finger and the computer. He was able to express his thoughts. And in that stage also, he was a great personality, authority, means great personality on profound subjects of science. Many honorary doctorates and many awards have been given to him, have been bestowed on him. He was also a fellow of the Royal Society and the member of the US National Academy of Sciences. Means though he was suffering from a very rare and dreaded disease, though he had no control over his body, he did not stop. He was undaunted, he was fearless, and he still continued his research work and became one of the greatest scientists of the world. So, we should take inspiration from such a personality. Shouldn't we? Yes. Next paragraph. In spite of being considered Einstein's equal in intelligence, Dr. Hawking is a very humble man, a simple, down-to-earth man. He has authored many books dealing with his awesome ideas, keeping a layman in mind. His writing is full of wit and humor. His style is so lucid that non-scientists can also understand him. His book, A Brief History of Time, is one of the best-selling books of our times. Did you listen to this paragraph well? So really, Dr. Stephen Hawking was very intelligent. How much intelligent was he? He was as intelligent as Einstein. And still he was very humble, very simple, very down-to-earth man. He had no ego of his intelligence. He had no ego of his popularity and fame. Okay. He was very simple man, very down-to-earth man, very humble man. And he has authored means written many books dealing with awesome ideas, keeping a layman in mind, keeping a common man. Layman means a common man in his mind. So for the common man in the world, he has written so many books, several books that deals with awesome ideas. And how was his writing? His writing is full of wit and humor. So this is very surprising for us. His writing was full of wit and humor, and his style is so lucid that non-scientists can also understand him. Lucid means flowing, easy. His style of writing was so easy, his style of writing was so flowing that non-scientist people also can understand him well. His book, A Brief History of Time, is one of the best-selling books of our times. So, which book is one of the best-selling books of our times? A Brief History of Time. Okay, that book is one of the best-selling books of our times. Okay, now let's look into the next paragraph. On being asked how he feels about having the dreadful ALS, Dr. Hawking, the quintessence of optimism and hope, says, "I'm not very different from the rest. I try and lead as normal life as possible and not think about my condition or regret the things it prevents me from doing, which are not many." Dr. Hawking firmly believes that in the next millennium, science will discover the core secrets of the universe, its origin, its history, and maybe even predict its ultimate demise. Like Dr. Hawking, there are many people who display exemplary courage in their lives. Let us salute all those brave people who, in spite of being disabled, strive to do their best. Okay, did you listen to this? Well, okay. Now, let's understand this. So, when people ask him how he feels about having the dreadful disease, what did he answer? What did he reply? Dr. Hawking replied, "Not very different from the rest. I try and lead as normal life as possible. So, though I am having the dreadful disease, though I am suffering from rare and dreadful disease, I am trying to lead a normal life as much as possible. I am trying to live like the normal person, not very different from the other people." And he said this because he was the quintessence of optimism and hope. The quintessence means the perfect example. He was the perfect example of positivity. Optimism means positivity. Dr. Hawking was the perfect example of positivity, perfect example of optimism, and that's why he could say that he was trying to lead as normal a life as possible, even when he was suffering from rare and dreadful disease. He was not a common man. He was very uncommon man, extraordinary man, very great personality, and that's why he could say this well. Okay. Now, Dr. Hawking firmly believes what? What does Dr. Hawking firmly believe? Yes, he believes that in the next millennium means 1000 years. In the next 1000 years, what will happen? Dr. Hawking believes that in the next 1000 years, science will discover the core secrets of the universe, its origin, history, and maybe even predict its ultimate demise. According to him, the science will be able to make the prediction of the demise of this universe in the next millennium. Okay. Now, last paragraph. Dr. Hawking was suffering from very rare and dreaded disease, and still in that condition also he was working very hard. He has continued his research work in that condition also. And not only he continued, but also he was enjoying his life for the moment. So it is our duty to salute such people. So let us salute all those brave people like Dr. Hawking, who in spite of being disabled, who are trying to do their best for the universe, for this world to make it better. Okay? Did you understand the Paragraph well? Okay. So here we have completed the lesson and we have seen the whole life of Dr. Stephen Hawking well. So Dr. Stephen Hawking is a great inspiration for the whole world. The whole world could take inspiration. The whole world can take inspiration from his life, from his work, from his experiences, from his extraordinary life. Okay. So here ends the lesson, an epitome of courage. Did you enjoy this lesson? Well, okay. Now at last, the homework for you. As usual, I am giving you the homework. Which is the homework? English workshop activities on page number 64, 65 and 66 and 67. So these activities of English workshop are homework for you. Okay. So these are very important activities to boost our learning. So I hope you will do these activities well. And if you have any difficulty in solving this activity, in carrying out these activities, you can always contact me. Okay. So till the next video, thank you and bye.